This is Steve Ridgel, and lately I've had several people ask me how to talk to family members about Jesus. Now, this could come from several things. One is it may be that you're a new Christian and most of your family's not, and you really like your family to know what's happened with you. And of course, in that case, I suggest you just tell them. You send them all an email, or you invite it, and if you are about to become a Christian, invite them to your baptism, those kind of things. Maybe send out a video saying, here's what I've done, I wanted my family to know. That's one way. Sometimes it's because some of your family's Christian and has been a long time, some are not, and you want to know how to talk to them. We're going to address that a little bit. But sometimes it's, well, my family's not Christian, they used to be, but they've gone away from Jesus, and how do I bring them back? That's a different discussion. And even sometimes I hear this, well, I mean, they go to church, but it's not the way they do, or I don't agree with, or we don't have, okay. Learn to separate the difference between they don't follow Jesus and they don't worship him exactly like I do. That's a different conversation. But for those of you who have family members who for some reason have not yet become Christian, let me tell you 3 suggestions that may help at least plant seed or give you a chance to talk about Jesus. Number 1, live your faith. And by that, here's what I mean. When everybody's at your house, pray before the meal. When everyone's at your house on a Sunday, get up and go to church. You do your Christian thing. Now, if it's at their house, don't impose don't say we have to pray at the meal if they don't do that. You can pray. And if you're there on a Sunday, that's okay if you say, listen, church is so important, I'm going to get up and go to church. Okay. But you don't have to be horsey about your convictions. But when they're at your house, you can absolutely say, listen, we'll be at church Sunday, so we're not doing anything till after church. Or, we're going to pray at the meal, whatever it is. Number 2, that leads to this. Be an inviter. Boy, and ask your family members, can I pray for you about, or let them know I prayed for you about. Invite them to church, especially on there's 4 Sundays that are really good to invite family members. One, obviously Christmas is a good time. Families are together a lot. It's a great time to come. If they say, oh yeah, you go to church and celebrate the birth of Jesus, you don't have to explain, well, now we always celebrate the birth of Jesus and we don't know when. Just say yes and take them to church. Easter's a good time. If people are going to go to church any day of the year, it's probably Easter. That's a great time to invite family members. But I tell you 2 other ones that are good. Father's Day is a good one, especially if you're a dad trying to reach part of your family, or you're a child who wants to reach your father. Ask them to go to church with you on Father's Day. And the biggest one of all, Mother's Day, because a lot of even grown children will come with their mom to church on Mother's Day. And finally, the 3rd thing you do for your family besides live your faith, be an inviter, is pray. Pray for every family member you want to reach for Jesus. Pray they'll have an open heart. Pray you'll know the right thing to say to them. Pray you'll have an opportunity to say it and the courage to speak. And one last thing, when you're inviting them to church and everywhere else, it's okay to say, could I tell you sometime why Jesus is such a big deal to me? That's an important thing. Well, this is Steve Ridgel, and I pray that if you've got family members that don't know Jesus, you'll get that chance to talk to them.